Do you ever find yourself being too hard on yourself? Constantly critiquing, constantly finding faults, constantly finding ways that make you feel like you're not good enough or you didn't do something the way you were supposed to. It's an actual feeling actually for us to be harsh on ourselves, to be sometimes our toughest critic. But there's a point where that can become destructive. There's a point where that's no longer motivating or that's no longer inspiring, and it can actually do some real harm to our self-esteem, our self-worth, and our perception of who we really are. That's why in this video, I wanted to just focus on for a few minutes about the importance of self-compassion. What is self-compassion, how we can practice it more, and more importantly, why it's necessary on our spiritual journey. In times like these, especially with the rise of social media, where you're constantly comparing your lives to others, you're constantly finding ways to find deficiencies in your life, whether that's in your romantic life, in your financial life, in your personal goals and aspirations. It's always easy to point out what you don't have rather than appreciating and being grateful for what you do have. So the first step is to, number one, recognize this. Recognize the games that are being played by your mind. And the way to do this is to cultivate a level of silence. And by silence, I'm not just referring to external silence, like putting yourself into a quiet room, but more importantly, silencing your own mind, silencing your own thoughts, so that you can begin to become aware of what it is that is truly going on. Once you identify these destructive patterns, you then are able to lend some compassion toward them. You then are able to see that, you know what, these are just illusions. They're not true reality. They're not a reflection of who I really am. And all I need to do in this instance is to just be gentle with myself. If you are practicing something right and you want to get to a certain state or you want to get to a certain level, but you find that you're not getting there as fast as you would have liked, remember to just be patient with yourself, be gentle, celebrate the little wins and little accomplishments, and try to focus on the progress being made. Not whether or not you achieve the goal or how long it'll take for you to achieve the goal, etc., but rather compare yourself today to who you were yesterday, to who you were the week before, and so on. So that's one of the first steps. Once you're able to do this and to do it in a repeated way, to do it in a way where it becomes more natural and it doesn't require a whole lot of effort, you'll then have this amazing sort of aid or friend helping you whenever you feel like you're getting out to the edge of your limit. And this is so important because we as humans were subject to a whole range of emotions, a whole range of thoughts. And oftentimes, if we don't believe in ourselves, then that could pretty much spell the end of our peace, the end of our happiness, the end of our fulfillment in life. But we have the power to stop that, right? We have the power to kind of reverse that damage. And more importantly, to have this amazing tool that centers us, that grounds us, that makes us see what is actual reality rather than just what is the thoughts going on in our mind. So I hope this short video sheds some light into the importance of self-compassion, how you can practice it, and the ultimate value that it brings in your life. I know this is a little bit shorter than some of my other videos, but I'm hoping that I can condense as much information as possible into these short videos to help you during your busy life and during your busy journey. If you like this video, please feel free to drop a like. Please also, check out some of the other videos on the channel and consider being a subscriber for more videos on spiritual awakening and living your best life. And with that, I thank you for your time and your attention, and I hope and wish the best for you as you practice self-compassion.